We keep on talking about consistency. A lack of consistency is a lack of discipline. Take control every day and do what is needed to be consistent. So this is where we talk to you guys about making sure you write down your goals, write down your plans for the next day. Lack of consistency. I am being consistent by repeating things to you because I guarantee you guys that you already forgot what I talked to you guys in previous videos, in previous parts of this training. This is what we have to do. We have to give you guys or represent to you guys in a different manner, different words, to be able to ultimately get it stuck in your head. But at the same time as adding more value, adding more knowledge, adding more information to it. Now let's look at this. Long hours. These are challenges in marketing. If you are truly alive, the captain of your own ship, and working for you and your dream, then 14 hours a day will seem like nothing. It's hard to bring in people to work for your organization, or if you're working for another organization, most typically people that will work for you, if you're working for someone else, you're just going to do your 8 hours and that's it. I understand. That's just how it is. I've worked for other organizations before. But the biggest thing to think about is this, is if you work for an organization, if you work for someone else and you're not the business owner, if you're the marketer for the company, if you're the DON, the administrator, your job success, your company's success lies on your hands because you're one of the most important people for that organization. If you cannot help that organization succeed, if you cannot help that organization become successful, your job is on the line. So just because you're working 8 hours for a company, that does not mean you're not going to be doing additional stuff at home. I understand what you're thinking sometimes, okay? Here's going to be the objections that you're thinking. So remember when I talk about marketing, you bring up what objections are coming up. Well, here's your objections. Michael, they're not paying me. Michael, I have other things to do. So that's the time objection, right? The money part, it's going to cost money. They're not paying me. So my time is valuable. That's another objection. True, that is correct. But like I said, if this is your company that you're working for, you want to make sure that your job remains viable. If you want to be able to make sure that you're the person, you're that go-to person, well, guess what? You have to work a little bit extra on the side. But if you work so hard in the beginning and you're able to start all of these new referrals, then you will have to slow down eventually because now you have a routine. But in the beginning of any marketing campaign, in the beginning of any business, until everyone's on board, until everybody is working like a machine, a well-oiled machine, then there's going to be some long hours placed in there. I also meet people, if you're an owner of a company, if you're the president, the administrator, I've seen companies work so hard to get their license started, to be able to start offering home health services. They work so hard. They pay all this money for consultants to come in and help them start the companies. And they work long, hard hours. They're working 12-hour, 16-hour shifts with their current jobs so that they can pay for the consultants and pay for the additional fees needed to start their companies. Now, the moment that their company gets started, they either quit their job or slow down there so that they can work full-time for their jobs. And then all of a sudden, they don't want to give the long hours no more. A lot of people think that starting your company means independence, means that you don't have to work as much no more. The goal is that. The goal is to ultimately be able to pay somebody to do the job for you. But until that happens, you need to put more work and more time and more energy for the success of your company. And you need someone like myself or people out there that can be behind you that's going to be able to push you to work harder, to do better. That needs to happen. Long-term consistency trumps short-term intensity. Bruce Lee said that. So if you are not willing to put time, if you're not willing to put consistency and effort into what you're doing this for nothing. So these are some of the challenges that you need to face as a marketer, as a company by itself even.